Hi everybody, happy Sunday. I hope you're having an amazing day today. I'm in the breakfast nook this morning. I have been spending so many mornings in here, mixed between here and the lobby because I just love being in a bright space, and both of these spaces are just equally as bright. I actually was not planning on filming this as a video for YouTube. I was going to film this concept that I have for my Instagram and TikTok because I kind of feel like we moved past the kitchen already. But then I was thinking I might as well share it with you on how I'm going to be turning my dishwasher from silver to copper. And what I can say right now is I'm really hoping that this works because I could absolutely ruin my dishwasher in the process, and that's why I figured I might as well document this. But as many of you know, with my kitchen renovation, I actually didn't swap any of the appliances except for the oven, so I kept the original dishwasher and the original refrigerator that was already in the house when I bought it. And the dishwasher is pretty generic. It's just like a silver box. There's not too much interesting detail about it. I actually Googled the other day if I could order like a sheet of copper, and you can order a sheet of copper. I don't know if you knew that, but I found this place called Van Dyke's Restorers, but it is the source for all your renovation and restoration needs, and I ended up purchasing a rustic aged copper sheet that is like 3 feet by 4 feet, and it ended up costing $446 with shipping. So I'm really hoping that this turns out. The roll of copper is downstairs. It's actually been here for a few days now. I cannot wait to open it and see what it looks like because I'm actually really interested to see what a sheet of copper looks like. And we are going to put this on the dishwasher, and I'm also gonna be putting a new handle on it as well. This handle, to be precise, if you remember, I actually ordered a pot rack for above my stove, and I was only sent one this size, which was not the size I had requested. I actually had a custom size that was like 60 inches long. So when I emailed the guy that I ordered it from, he actually just let me keep this one and he sent me a new one. And so I have this, which will be a perfect handle on the dishwasher, and it's gonna match the pot rack. I just think it's gonna be such a fun idea. So let's see if we could do this. Wish me luck. This is the sheet of copper, and this side is the side that is not oxidized or distressed. The opposite side or inside of here is the distressed side. So let me open it up and share with you what it looks like. I'm scared. I hope it doesn't like fling open. Oh my gosh.
That's a fling.
How does that look?
So pretty on camera.
Ooh, wow. That's a good piece of distressed copper. On further investigation, I actually thought that this right here held the little like name brand plate that would be like Samsung, but actually those are lights. So I'm going to need to hole punch out these 3 spots when we get to that section. But what we're gonna need to start off by doing is actually removing these screws, and they're kind of like the star tips. So let's start with that. Looks to be one of these. Probably like this one. Too big. Perfect. That's kind of long. That one was short. Oh no, they have different lengths. Should we turn it off? Okay, so it goes long, short, long, long, short. Okay, what's in here? I'm not sure what to do now. There's wires and things. Let's maneuver this one over here. Oh, and this comes off. Oh, so does the whole front panel like just come off? Oh! I got it! Oh my gosh, we can cover it and just put it back on. Anyone need a handle? Here's our panel ready dishwasher front. I removed the handle on it, and we have our copper sheet laying on the table here. And what I think I'm going to do next is literally place it on top with some adhesive, but let me share with you what adhesive we're going to use for this. So this right here is JB Weld, and this is a quick setting steel reinforced epoxy. And this is perfect for bonding metal to metal. It literally creates a welded joint. I've seen people mix this together and then try to grind it down with like an angle grinder, and it doesn't even grind away at all. So this is a product we're gonna be using. I ended up grabbing 2 tubes of this at Lowe's. It's like $6 a tube because we actually want the more distressed side, which is over here, the more oxidized look. For this next step, I want to be able to punch out these holes here when we add it to the copper. So I templated the front with just a piece of painter's paper. Just like that. Just scribble over the top with a pencil and it will give you the hole marking. This is my old scrapbooking punch from like circa 2013 that I still own. We'll punch our holes. Okay. So now we can figure out the placement. I think. I need to be able to punch these holes, so I'm actually just gonna rough cut about 1 inch above the dishwasher here. I wanna use the most beautiful piece of the copper, so I kind of have it positioned in the center, but I will have some excess to use on other projects, which will be nice. So I'm gonna cut it probably 1 inch from the top because we don't need much to wrap around the top side since it has the kind of control panel. I'm gonna save my scraps and put them back on the roll because I would love to use this in future projects. Use my same hole punch, which is so nice because it goes in really far. Just punch out our light holes. I'm crouching down because this is gonna be kind of the challenging part. The epoxy that we're using has a 6-minute cure time. So we have to get the epoxy mixed, spread on the front of this, and have the copper sheet placed on top and aligned in 6 minutes. So let's get to mixing the epoxy and putting the copper on the front. We're doing this tag team. Imagine I ruin this. Starting to mix. Ew, it smells fishy, kinda. It's gonna be eyelash glue.
It is fishy.
So fishy. I think just as long as we get it like, oh yeah, that's good. That's great, it's spreading pretty well.
It's been 1 minute and 20 here. Ew!
You just barely get the whip.
It smells like tuna salad.
It smells,
Oh, that's what it is. It's giving tuna salad.
am I supposed to like see these through there or something? I'm looking. Oh no! Okay, right there. Yeah. Look at how perfect the holes aligned up with the lights. Looks so good. And we are gonna add just a couple of books to the top, just the corners, just to ensure that it stays nice and kind of flat and pressed while it cures for the next hour. All right, this has been sitting for probably like 1.5 hours now, and I'm sure it's bonded pretty well. So this here is the top edge of the dishwasher, and I'm just starting to kind of fold this metal. I wanna find the corner essentially, because I need to cut up to the corner. Using this book kind of to press, like go across the corner and then just press it down. We're gonna cut up to the corner. Corner as well. So I created this line here, and I'm just gonna cut like probably 1/4 inch down from there, and this is actually gonna be sandwiched back in when we attach it back together. I'm gonna mix together some epoxy on top of this packaging, and then we're going to apply it to the underside of the flap and then clamp it to dry. Open this up and put the epoxy on the inside. Okay, so this is what this end is looking like as it dries, and just added some paper towel so it didn't crease the top, and that is now drying, and I'm going to work on folding over this edge here. Best tool is a wooden spoon to get the edge nice and crisp. It really bends it nicely and doesn't mar the surface. All right, the glue's added on the side here, and I'm going to fold this down and then press it under.
So I started to press down that copper, but then I realized it would probably be easier if we flipped this over. So we laid down a towel, flipped this over, and thankfully I had Marie and Justin to help me out with this process. I started to fold over that copper edge there and just cut away any excess. And I actually used the screws that fasten this to the front of the dishwasher door to screw down the copper and hold it in place while it was gluing on the edge. I used some pliers to just fold over this kind of smaller edge at the top, and I just folded this over and used a small bit of epoxy just to adhere that down. Once I got to the end there, I used my scissors to fold over that small edge, and then at the very bottom we just have about a 1/2 inch section, so I added epoxy to that and left about 1 inch of copper that I was able to fold up, as you can see, and use the spoon just to fold it and crease it, fold it back on the inside of the oven, and then I used some painter's tape to actually hold this down. If you don't have clamps, painter tape also works great for this process.
We're on our last edge, you guys. That's pretty good. We're gonna do the same thing on this side as we did to the opposite side by adding a bunch of epoxy along here and then flipping it up and screwing it into these holes so that it can hold itself, because we only have 5 clamps, and that's going to hold it while it dries.
A better look at how I actually fastened down the corners of the copper. I just used this pair of jewelry pliers I've had in my collection of tools forever, press down any kind of popping out sections, and then I fold it back on itself and use the pliers to really squeeze it and just like mend the copper to itself essentially.
Ooh, you guys, look at that. Looks so good. These right here are the holes that the previous handle was mounted to. So there was like a bolt that went through the backside and the handle was on the front. I'm just gonna kind of press into this metal just to dent it so we have an idea on the front of where our new handle's gonna go. Justin, would you like to place our handle in place? Ooh, look at that. That looks so good. This is unlacquered brass, so it's definitely looking really bright, really shiny gold at the moment, but after a couple of months, it's going to patina down and get to all of the other metal in my kitchen, which looks something like this. Here's kind of a better representation of how it's going to look after a little bit. It just has like some age to it and a little bit of a patina that kind of takes away some of the brightness. Well, here goes nothing. We have our 2 holes drilled here, and this is gonna be our new handle bracket. And as you can see, it's just gonna kind of go on like this. And how we're going to attach that are these screws that we got at the hardware store, and then just a little wing nut on the back to hold it on. And we're gonna use one of these mounting plates just to reinforce one of the 2 screws. So for example, down in, put it there, and fasten it on. Look at mounted bracket. Then we're just gonna add the bar in.
Don't wait for me, honey. Don't wait.
We have to put one more.
The sun is
Oh my god, it's done.
Oh my god.
Let's see.
exactly.
That was the copper oven.
That's not an oven.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting.
Wait, it looks so beautiful.
And then we just have to take off these little tapes on the bottom. The dishwasher is installed and I am so excited to share with you these reveal clips. I love it in here. It is so cool. I was kind of scared it might like impact the marble or add too much like of an oranginess over in that area. It really bounces back to the copper pot so nicely. So it's kind of like mirroring each other. I love how the pot rack is the same on this side as the handle over here. There's a little bit of continuity going through these two sections, but let me share with you the reveal clips.
Radio up and the blinds pulled down. You love it when nobody's around. I wanna call out round town, but you bite my lip, don't make a sound. I'll be damned if I'm leaving without you.
Doesn't it look so good? I hope that you guys love this dishwasher as much as I do. Now I do know it might not be everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone wants a copper dishwasher, but I love copper, and one of the main features in the kitchen was mixed metals, incorporating silver, copper, and brass to really get that kind of like triple tone of metal. And I love the addition of the dishwasher, and I will tell you guys, this project only took about 4.5 hours from start to finish. From the time that I took the door off of the dishwasher to the time that I reinstalled the door back on, that is how long it took. So it was not a long process at all. It definitely is a little pricey for sure, but if you trust yourself with the process and you pick up a copper sheet, I definitely think it can amp up any old dishwasher, or if you just want to make a focal point in your kitchen, it's definitely a way to do so. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you're not already subscribed here on Lone Fox, make sure to click that subscribe button and then hit the bell icon next to it. That way you get notified every time I upload a brand new video, and I will catch you all in my next one. Bye guys.